go handle our business. Welcome to day 69 of 75 hard. Because we're in our winter art, girl. It is time to get ready. We're going to get ready for closing out the year strong. So now when someone else may think I failed or I know that I failed, opportunity of growth, I say, okay, queen. Opportunity of growth, mamita. Let's go. I don't label it anymore as it's a bad thing. This is something that I think is such a huge game changer. What? My windows were busted. The hood was open. My battery is gone. They cut the cables. It was a mess. I am eating one of these barbells. It's currently 8:17. I haven't worked out. I'm on my second cup of coffee. I've taken one sip. So let's take 5 sips now. Okay. I shared with you guys last week that I wanted to bring my Peloton back into my room. Well, this is actually the table that I use for my walking pad, which I gotta bring my walking pad in here too. I have a couple of weights in here as well. This is a 15, a 12, an 8. And then I have like 5-pounders right here. I also have my 3-pound weights that came with my bike. Let's go get our workout in. Dear Diary, you know what's crazy? My dog Roxy just came into my workout room while I was filming, and at first I thought it was just another distraction. I stopped what I was doing, I grabbed the vacuum, cleaned up her hair, and for a second I felt a little frustrated because I'm on a time crunch. I need to get this 45-minute workout in. But then it hit me. Maybe she wasn't here to distract me. Maybe she came in to remind me that I'm loved. Sometimes the universe sends us tiny moments like this. A kiss from a dog, a hug from a child, a random message that just hits your heart, and it's all just a gentle nudge saying, hey, you're loved, you're seen, you're not alone. And the truth is, these last couple of days have been really challenging for me. My energy's been low. I've had these moments where I just felt drained. This little reminder from her was exactly what I needed. So if nobody's told you today, you're deeply loved, you're powerful, and you're a divine source of energy. I'm rooting for you always. And before I close this part, I just want to say thank you. Reading all of your comments, all of the love truly reminds me of why I started. The same love you are pouring into me, I'm sending it right back to you. I hope you feel it. I hope you know that you are loved, you're seen, and I am so grateful that you're here. Walking through this journey with me one day at a time, un día a la vez. And with that said, let's get back to the video.
Good. Try to keep your back as horizontal or parallel to the floor as you can. 7. Last one. Good.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna finish off with 15 minutes of cardio on the bike, and that will complete my 45-minute workout. We are done. This is ready. And I also have this protein pasta. Add this here. So that will cook in there, and then it's all done. I just have to pack my lunch now. Did you have a good day at school today? You guys, I feel like I cannot even keep up with the amount of transformation that is going on in my life. A couple of months ago, you guys, I decided to take on this mission of starting 75 Hard. It was originally just to help me get back on track, to lose some weight. Little did I know what was going to happen on the other side of transformation, after transformation, after transformation, after transformation. Did I say transformation? Yes. Every week, I feel like I'm becoming a complete new version of myself. And honestly, I'm loving it. Last night, I got off of work and I was just led to go outside and to write out my goals. And I spent a good amount of time outside. These are the pages that I wrote. The last one, the one before that, the one before that, the one before that, the one before that, the one before that. I realized that we spend so much time either thinking of positivity or thinking of negativity. And I think that for a long time, and I mean a long time, babe, I was always like that positive person, but I feel that in the back of my mind, the negative thoughts of like all the hard things that I was growing through kept on keeping me stuck. There would be days that I felt like, yes, I can conquer the world. I'm gonna film, I'm gonna create, and then I would sit down and I'm like, okay, what do I do with all of this now? I made a huge decision last night. I'm letting go of all of the footage that I have recorded, including all the B-rolls, all the angles, all the camera setups, all of the workouts, all of the journaling. I have been filming so much content. Like when I tell you, I pick you guys up every day to share a little slice of the life with you guys. I just decided that I was gonna let go of all of what I had filmed from September all the way up to today. Today is October 7th, so we're starting new today. I'm starting fresh. A new mindset, a new season of life. And if you have been waiting for a sign, this is it. The truth is, I'm not the woman I was. The version of me from the last few months was still carrying a lot of layers of fear, doubt, and unhealthy emotions. But something has been shifting. It feels like I'm finally shedding everything that kept me stuck. Here's what I realized. Transformation does not announce itself. Y'all see that? It says breakthrough. That happened yesterday. It doesn't even show up with like a clear date on your calendar. It honestly just hits you while you're already in motion. And because I've been taking action, even small little steps, I was able to identify when the next level of me was ready to emerge. Since my last video, I sold my car. All right, you guys, this is gonna be the last time you guys see me with this car. I just sold it. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later on of why I sold it. The amount of drop-offs it's done, the amount of grocery shopping it has done. Yeah, it was like spotless. Look at this. Completely spotless. Look at. But it's time to make sure I don't have anything in here. It's time to move on and I paid off my debt. This is crazy. My car. It was already paid off and she's gone. I hope to a new family that loves her as much as I did. But something just told me not to be attached to anything. And I was just obedient. And it's so crazy because in this older version of myself, which by the way, I'm not going to use this journal anymore. She came and did what she needed to do in my life. And now I'm ready to open up a new one. I had wrote on September 13th. Today, September 13th, I wrote out all of my debt. That sounds so ugly, but it's the truth. I'm done with keeping this unhealthy spending. Listen, girl, learn how to save. I'm so excited to finally pay off all of my debt and start saving money and make my money work for me. Today, I paid off my Home Depot, my Amazon, and I canceled Audible. I also canceled Peloton. I also canceled Disney Plus. I have been paying for these things for years And then I wrote screenshot. I became a listener in August 8th of 2018. It was actually 11 months after I got back on my feet. I'm so grateful for all the blessings that God has given me. But the truth is that I need to be more obedient with my money. I can free up mental real estate. I owed $4,000 to Apple. I owed Citi $1,281.24. I owed Best Buy $932. And previously I was owing, not even 30 days prior, $22,267.13. On September 18th, I wrote a letter to myself. It was early in the morning. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to another day of 75. So this morning I woke up and I'm like, you need to write yourself another letter. So I'm going to do that now. Let's do it. And something told me that I needed to write myself a congratulations letter. I wrote, Dear Rock, I'm so proud of you. Look at how much you have grown. Look at how much you have handled yourself. You can totally tell that you have worked on your emotional intelligence. I know that you went through some really hard times that weren't even yours, but you got through it and you helped them. The power of a praying mother. I know that you have really been working on yourself, and we can all tell. I'm so happy that you are finally understanding that there are things you cannot control and that you are finally realizing that. How can you control something that you didn't even do? I'm proud of you, kid. I really am. Keep moving forward because you have so much life to live. P.S. You're almost debt free. Keep going. Love always, your higher self. This was on September 18th, 2025. August at 8:17 a.m. This is what I wrote. You guys, I didn't know that all of this was gonna happen. So that day that I wrote a letter to myself, I felt really heavy that day. Like my emotions were all over the place, and it was just because I didn't have control of what was going on. It was on a gloomy day. I was overwhelmed, but I grabbed my pen and I told myself everything I wish my mom would have been able to tell me. And it hit me. We spend so much time uplifting everyone else, congratulating everybody else. But my question is, when do we ever stop to pour into ourselves, to speak victory over our lives and not defeat? And I think that's why sometimes we feel stuck or like we're just going in circles. When I started reading and I started to work on myself, I started to read the book, The Emotional Intelligence. I also started to read Self-Parenting, Healing Your Inner Child. And every time, and I mean every time, I heard about a book recommendation, I would tell myself, maybe that's God just giving me a sign. And I would add it to my cart and I would buy it. And sometimes I would even go and drive to like Barnes and Noble or Target and I would just buy it that day if it was in stock. And maybe the universe is whispering to you right now that you are ready and you're ready now. One thing that really changed the way I was viewing life was I started to say everything always works out for me. 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 And slowly, it started to feel true. Section 3, mindset shift. I faced some really challenging things last month and also in the month of August. I just didn't share that here on the internet. When I tell you, there's multiple times I cried myself to sleep, and yet I'm here today filming with so much joy and gratitude, because gratitude is literally the attitude, babe. Okay. Because this is what I've learned. My overall outcome is going to be based on how I truly choose to show up and what I choose to believe about myself. Negativity and fear feel super heavy. And I personally feel that positivity just feels lighter. But what I did realize, and what I've also heard, is that it takes the same amount of energy. So when I started to realize that I personally was putting myself back into places of like negativity, I realized that I myself was draining my own battery. And it didn't matter how much pre-workout or energy drinks I could drink, I still felt drained. It wasn't until I started doing like, I don't know, you can call it weird things, but I heard about like grounding, where you walk outside and you just walk through grass, or you even hug a tree. And I'm not gonna lie, I hugged the tree just a couple of days ago. I actually went and grounded earlier today. And I just feel so good. We're at a higher version, baby. Like tap in, baby. Like tap, 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 tap. in. I realized that there were still times that I was comparing myself to people. And then, like I told you guys in the last video, I told myself, Raquel, you're a divine source of energy. And I started to ask myself, what was it that was making me feel that I needed to have those thoughts? And why did I still need to live in the past? I didn't. I needed to live in the now. I needed to be present with where I'm at now. Okay, so here's where real change started happening. I think that there's a lot of files that have been installed in us that are like just viruses. Like, get rid of it, girl, you know? When you start realizing that we have so much privilege and so many things to be grateful for, that when you just change that tiny bit of your mindset towards things, you just learn to appreciate it more. What I also realized is that ever since I started drinking more water, I just feel better as well. I'll be right back, 1 second. This little queen right here, this one right here, esta chiquitita, she's relying on me every day to show up and be that best version of myself, to be that happy person. For a long time, and I mean a long time, I had so many insecurities about myself that I didn't even make those up. It's just something that was constantly told to me. So I ended up allowing that to be my truth. And when I started to do work on myself, and I started working not only on my physical, but more on my mental, I started to realize that we don't really understand what's real or what's fake. We just believe what's constantly told to us. So if someone tells you are so intelligent, you are so intelligent, you are so intelligent, you're eventually going to be like, wow, I'm intelligent, right? Or someone tells you the opposite, which I'm not going to say because that's exactly what was told to me. And I'm going to just share this with you. I'm not bragging. I'm just being very honest with you guys. When I did my personality test for work, because I'm in management, they do like this intense, like, I don't know, it's like 400 or 500 questions, you guys. And it's like a personality test. It's like everything about you. It came out that I'm highly intelligent. So when the manager and the owner was like, we want to hire her immediately. And then I went in and I did the interview and they sat down with me and they're like, you know, you're highly intelligent. And I'm like, I am? What? You know what I mean? So my message for you is, whatever somebody has told you that was negative, tell yourself the opposite. Someone told you that you're not good enough. I am good enough. I am deserving. I am a source of energy, a good source, baby. Everything always works out for me. And that's what I started to tell myself. And I'm going to tell you guys something, and I just want to be very honest with you. Sometimes the people that are the closest to us, that we give so much of our time to, could either benefit us in the sense of add positivity, or they could give us negativity, and then that just becomes your belief system. I would not change anything of my story because of the fact that I am who I am today because of that. And I am so grateful that God is using me as a vessel to help other people. And I just decided I don't want to live in pain anymore. I want to live in gratitude. I want to live in abundance, the best version of myself. And with that said, we ended up closing one version of ourselves, and we are now ready for a new version of ourselves. We're starting a new journal. So here's what I did. I started to declutter a lot of things. I got rid of so many things. I donated things, and I threw a lot of things away. And I felt so good. As a matter of fact, I feel like it really did recharge my battery. And I realized that I was attached to a lot of things that were still holding a memory or a space that represented some form of pain. This is something that I think is such a huge game changer. I deleted photos of people who have hurt me before. I was like, don't be attached to anything, girl. You don't need to be attached to anything. I mean, I'm attached to my kids, stuff like that. You get that, but not other things. So I deleted, oh man. And the hard part is when there are photos of you that you look good in it and you're like, well, can I just crop her out? No, babe, I deleted it. I also deleted a lot of contacts of people who I no longer talk to because they've done something. And I didn't feel bad about it. I actually felt good about it. When I tell you, I went into my Apple phone, okay? So I don't even know where my phone's at. Oh, it's right here. So here's what I did. I went into my phone, and then I went into my camera. At the bottom, you could, I don't want to show anything, but at the bottom you can click on the search bar. I went in there, and then you can put the person's name, because a lot of times if you have a lot of photos, iPhone is so smart. It could be like the year, the month. You can do it by any search. But let's say, when was it? What year did I start over there? Okay. Relationships that I had that no longer served me purpose. I went in there and I just started deleting all of the photos. When I mean all of them, babe, I'm like, if you did something to try and harm me, babe, boom, you're gone. You're done. Energy is everything. I deleted photos. I deleted text messages from people who hurt me. And I'm so happy and I'm proud of myself for doing that because I would have never done that before. I stopped clinging to memories that didn't serve me anymore. Like, bye. Remember the ring? The 2 carat? What? That was, if you know, you know, babe. People are still like, girl, you had me cracking up. I also started buying myself flowers here and there. I think that we need to fill our own cup and not expect our partners, our friendships to be the ones that fill up our cup. Because honestly, nobody else is responsible for our happiness. Like, happiness is something that you cannot buy. It's an internal job. And one thing that really started allowing me to really tap into my happiness is doing things that I love, creating things that I love. And let me tell you something. If you go back to when you think of your younger self, you will learn a lot about your present self. Like, what do you still need, babe? Like, what did she like doing? I loved coloring. I loved creating. I loved drawing. I loved journals. I also loved pins, which hence why I have a lot of them. And that's why I started writing these letters to myself and I started the Dear Diary because I wanted to open up and also understand, like, babe, you've gone through some hard things, but you're still thriving. You're still here. You still got up. And even if I fall 7 times, babe, we're getting back up. So now when someone else may think I failed or I know that I failed, opportunity of growth, I say, okay, queen. Opportunity of growth, mamita. Let's go. I don't label it anymore as it's a bad thing. Welcome to day 69 of 75 hard. I just got up. I got ready really quick. I'm gonna go downstairs and get my first workout in of the day. But you guys, happy Wednesday. My camera died last night, so it was up here charging. But later on today, I will be sitting down with you guys and having a little chit chat about a complete new reset that we're gonna be doing. All right, let's go get this workout in. Bread. This is the bread that I'm using. I just toasted 2 slices, and then I'm gonna add some blueberries. Show you the yogurt. This is the yogurt that I like to use, and it's called toasted marshmallow. So I have cottage cheese, the yogurt, and then blueberries. Normally I'll cut up cantaloupe and add it here too. I just want a little something, and honestly I don't feel like cutting the cantaloupe up right now. Alright, let's go. Girl, what are you waiting for? Let's go. All right, we're at 130 pounds. Legs up, come down. Let's go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Figaro. Let's go. I'm currently listening to corridos, just to let you know. All right, follow along, baby. Follow along. All right, ready? Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Switch. Other side. Let's go. Ready? Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, heart rate 157. We're doing things, baby. We are doing things. 40 pounders right here. Algo light, baby. Algo light. Shoulders back. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is my 3rd set, so I'm like dropping my sets now. And just like that, it's time to clock back into mommy mode. I think we're gonna stop for a little cafecito though. I just bought this at the gym, 40 grams of protein. We're gonna drink this and go home, shower, and go pick up the kids from school. After school things. I don't care. Hola. I don't know what this was. Okay, girl, but we're ready. Let's go. Let's go handle our business because we're in our winter arc, baby. Let's go, girl. All right, you guys, we just got back from taking baby boy to school and I made myself a mini yogurt bowl. It's the toasted marshmallow, half a cup of cottage cheese, frozen blueberries, cinnamon, a tiny bit of honey, and then I actually got 4 pecans and I just broke them up into little pieces. And then I also have 2 pieces of Dave's Killer bread. It's I think they're 70 calories each or 60 calories, not too sure, but we're gonna get our second workout in. So by the time we're ready for our second workout, this food has already digested and I have good energy. So let's do that. I'm gonna go upstairs really quick and start doing a little bit of YouTube work. We dropped off all the kids. We're heading home. Journal prompts or like little things like this one is always in Salute and I'm so excited. It's like nearly here. He's very protective of her. And in his point of view, when you're in his head, is he always being attention slow? Yes, but it feels like that it gets better. I mean, I'm only 30% through the book, so. Hi guys, it is actually okay, you guys, I took out all of the stuff that was here in this corner. I had just like a whole bunch of like scrapbooking things. They're like, oh, let me show you. Like papers I printed, little things that I want to cut out, bags from Trader Joe's because I use this for junk journaling. This is all stuff that I can also use from junk journaling. Like when I went to Erewhon, I realized that I like to collect things because I'm like, oh, I may use that later. But I also understand that I'm collecting a bunch of things that I don't need. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to finish decluttering. Oh, see, I will buy things and I forget that I bought them. But what I did was I pretty much cleared this whole little area. And then the next thing is, this originally was my TBR cart. I need to figure out what I'm not using here. Like this is part of my scrapbooking things. Look at how cute. My daughter bought this for me in Santa Barbara. They're really cute letter stamps. I also have ribbon in here, tape. And then see, I bought these things from IKEA for a pegboard. I also need to put this up. Camera, oh my gosh. Why do I even have a hairpiece in here that I never used? Okay, Queen. I need to organize this whole bookshelf, but I really don't want to do that today. Also, you guys, look it. I'm obsessed with her. I bought her at Lunchbox, I think it's called, in the mall. Talk about overconsumption, but look at how cute. Okay, I have this one, right? Hold on, babe. We also have this one. Like, I just found these in my things. I love it. Also, Raquel, note to Raquel, stop buying journals, girl. Stop. Stop.
I'm done running. I ran like basically just in like paper.
I'm currently going to get ready for the gym because we're going to get our second workout in, because I do work today a little bit later. I work tonight actually. And a couple of things that I learned about myself and where I'm at right now in my life, because we're in our winter art, girl. It is time to get ready. We're going to get ready for closing out the year strong. I got into the personal development space about 16 years ago. When I first started my personal development journey, I started like with Jim Rohn. And I remember that I would be in my kitchen and I would be like, really? Like, what if this really could happen for me? Like, what if I can get back on track? And I'll forever be grateful for a lady by the name of Caridad Gonzalez. She literally helped me transform my life. I've always been a person who has written out her goals. As a matter of fact, I will tell you how I ended up manifesting this home. We were gonna move again. And I remember that we lived in Almani at this time. And my mom would get home and she's like, pack up. We already knew we were moving to another place. We moved around a lot, you guys, a lot. And you know, now as a mom, when you realize how expensive it is to hold up a household and to pay for rent and to get your kids to school, and then they need this and they need that, and you're just trying to survive. I don't know about you guys, but you know, once we become moms, I like feel like I lost myself. Like I forgot about truly who I was. As a little girl, I was always a dreamer. I was always an entrepreneur. I did lemonade stands, I washed cars, I babysat. I even started my own babysitting club. Girl, did you guys watch Babysitters Club? Did you guys used to watch it like on TV? Oh my god, I had the whole series on DVDs and all that. But anyways, I would like get my little money and I would buy things, and I always made sure that I had money to buy my mom like something for Mother's Day, or when they would do like the little boutiques at the schools, you know. And so I've been working since I was a little girl. But with that said, I realized that once I became a mom, it wasn't even the fact of being a mom. It was what I went through with my partner that I feel like I stopped dreaming about the things that really mattered to me. And the reason why is because I had built in this thing, which I don't even know where it came from, but I just need to be a good mom. I need to be a good wife. I know where the I need to be a good mom came from, because, you know, growing up, I would hear a lot of people speak bad about my mom. There were like those little soft conversations in the kitchen when people thought nobody was hearing. And I was a little metiche, like nosy. I wanted to always be with the adult. And they would say, go with the kids. I didn't want to be with the kids. I wanted to learn from the adults. And I'm still that way. I love to learn from people. I will always remain a student. Let's just keep it there, because I believe that the minute you think that you know it all, be prepared, babe, because we all like need each other. Everything is energy, babe. Okay. So I'm always willing to be a student and sit down and be like, okay, what can I learn from this conversation? Anyways, I didn't realize then, but you know, I did know that people would talk bad about my mom. So when my mom, hold on, Raquel, focus on why you're even telling this story. Whoa, she did it again, girl. She did it again. Okay, so pretty much we had to move again. And I remember I was really upset this day. I was mad because I'm like, I'm so sick and tired of having to move. Like, what school am I gonna have to go to now? Like, oh my gosh, where are we gonna go? Are there gonna be cucarachas there? Like, there was just so many fears that went through my head, you know? And also because I didn't know, like, is my mom gonna leave? My mom went through hard things, you guys, and I do not hold any grudge against her or anything like that, because at the end of the day, you guys, we don't know what our parents truly have gone through in life, you know? We can sit here and say, oh, they didn't do this, they didn't do that for me, but let me tell you, the way I look at it is whatever you feel that you still needed as a child, it's your opportunity now for you to be able to fill that void that you had with what you could do. And here's the deal. I realized that nobody could actually make me happy except for myself. And some of you guys may see this room and be like, girl, like her room looks like a little kid's like playground. It is, girl. It is. And let me tell you something. This little queen right here, She is thriving. She waits every day to make sure that I get up and I make sure that we are happy. She's my inner child. This is a picture of me, in case you're wondering, like, who's that kid? It's me, girl. It's me. So we had to move again, and I remember I was at the end of my bed, and I'm like, I'm so mad. When I have kids, I'll never do this. When I'm 25 years old, and girl, I thought that was like old, because I was a little girl. I was like 13, 14 years old at this time. And I'm like, when I'm older and I'm like 25 years old, I'm like, I'm gonna have a house. I always said I wanted 6 kids. Since I was a little girl, I used to help my grandma at her daycare. I would always say, abuelita, when I have kids, yo voy a tener 5 niños. She would say, niña, tú estás loca. ¿Cómo que? She would say, girl, you're crazy. The women here in America, they suffer. She came from Cuba, so you understand? So anyways, I was so upset, and I'm like, when I get older, I'm going to, do you guys hear one of my kids' alarms going off? Do you hear that? Okay, I hope you don't. But anyways, I'm gonna own my own house. I'm never gonna do this to my kids. And see, the thing about it is that I really didn't know what was going on, why we had to move so much. I just know that my mom liked to drink and I needed to protect my mom. I don't know if it's the energy, that feeling that connected with the I am going to do this. I'm not angry. I'm just being very expressing with my hands. I was like, I'm never gonna do this to my kid. Now as a mom that has gone through it, as a mom that has been a single mom, an abandoned mom, it's kind of like if what my mom went through, I started to repeat her story. I cancel that in the name of Jesus, because I'm no longer that version of myself, but I just don't have like the alcohol and the pills and the drug addictions and stuff like that, you know? And one of the reasons, honestly, why I don't drink, because I have been asked here since doing 75 hard, hold on, that if I drink, I don't drink. I do not drink. If I have a drink, it will be once in a blue moon. It may be a glass of wine, but I know that addiction runs big in the genes, the family, whatever. I'm just scared. I'm scared to like it, so therefore I just leave it alone, okay? But anyways, plus I prefer like soda. Like I prefer like a Diet Coke or Diet Dr. Pepper or something like that. But I would say regular, but honestly, I'm like, I don't drink my calories anymore, but don't know if it was the fact that I was just so like intentional. As a little girl, I used to always write like the perfect house with the mom, the dad, my brother, my sister, me, and then like a dog and an apple tree. And I remember that I would say, I'm gonna own a home. And I always put a cross on the top of the door, like on the top. And that's something that my mom always did. She always would put like a cross over our doors. Ella decía, like she would say that was for like not bad things to come into your home. I don't know. And then like on New Year's Eve, I don't know if you guys do this, but on New Year's Eve, at midnight, you like throw water outside the front of your door to like wash everything away. I don't know if it's a Cuban tradition, but I was raised Cuban and that's what we did. But anyways, so why am I just work with me. I started to dream at a very young age. When I got into a relationship, I realized she found her way back home. I realized that I had stopped like really dreaming. I still had goals, but I think I was scared to tell people what I truly wanted in life. How am I gonna do this? And I just said I was gonna do it. I don't know how, but I did. So here's what I did. Every paycheck when I worked at In-N-Out, because I was going into management position, but then I was also transferring to police academy at Rio Hondo Police Academy, because my dream was to become an officer. I wanted to go save kids just like the officers would come and save us and save my mom's life. So that's really what I wanted to do. Every paycheck when I would get paid at In-N-Out, I would go to the Dollar Tree. I think it was like a 99-cent store back there or whatever. And I would buy one thing for my house. A spatula, just something, anything that represented my new home. Then I got kicked out of my kid's dad's home. They left me literally on the street, the crib, everything. I remember that I was like, where am I gonna go? So I lived in the living room at my brother and sister's apartment, and I would sleep on the floor in the living room, my daughter's crib, all her clothes underneath in baskets. I didn't even have furniture, okay? Brother and my sister were like, no, you can live here for free. They felt bad for me. They were like married. I was the black sheep of the family. Any of you guys the black sheep of the family? Raise your hand, stand up. It's me. Fist pump, forehead kiss, okay? Don't feel bad, baby. You're different. We're different. But let me tell you, it is cool to be different. Okay? Don't let no one tell you different. Anyway, so they felt bad for me and they're like, no, don't worry. Like, you can live here and you don't have to pay rent. Don't pay attention to how I'm doing the makeup because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay? I'm just blending all kinds of stuff on this brown skin, baby. If you're a makeup artist, babe, I'm sorry. I'm really trying. We're really trying out here. So anyways, my brother and my sister are like, yeah, you don't have to pay rent. Don't worry about about it. You can stay here. They didn't have another room. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. I said, no, I refuse to live anywhere for free. So I started to pay them $120 and I would still buy groceries. I remember that I would be so scared that the cucarachas, sorry, but that they would get me or the baby in the middle of the night. So my baby would always sleep in the crib and I would sleep on the floor. And I'm not gonna lie, I was scared a lot of the times because let's just leave it there. The reason why I'm telling you guys this part of the story is because when someone tries to do bad to you, just watch how things change. Just keep going and don't stop. Don't stop that goal. Don't stop that dream. By the end of this little story, you're going to understand how someone that tried to harm me and my child, how God, the universe, your higher power, whoever you believe in, opened up a door for me. And this is exactly what happened. Okay. I am living in the living room. I go outside. I'm also going to college and I'm working at In-N-Out part-time. I'm going to be going into management classes. They just asked me if I'd be interested in becoming a manager and I said yes, because I already knew it was going to be more pay. That means it was a quicker opportunity for me and my daughter. But I'm like, wait, I'm going to be going to Rio Hondo College because I want to become an officer. Anyways, long story short, I go outside and guess what happened to my little car that I bought from my baby daddy for $700? All the windows were busted, okay? Not only were the windows busted, it was like a really cold morning. It was like foggy, like coldish, you know? I went outside and I'm like, what? My windows were busted. The hood was open. My battery is gone. They cut the cables. It was a mess. I felt so violated, you guys. I felt like if the thief was like watching me or something. I run back inside to the apartment. I knock on my brother's door and I'm like, they broke into my car. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? My brother needed to leave to work. I needed to go all the way to Pasadena College because I was going to school. As soon as I would leave school over that little hill and I'd go to In-N-Out, I called the Almani Police Department and they come, and the girl that gets called to the location, she was like, I wish I could help you, but your car is so dirty. There's so much dirt. I can't fingerprint your car because of the moist, you know, like the mist in the morning. So I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? My $700 down the drain that I bought from my baby daddy. The car was totaled. Who sells their baby mama their car? Red flag. So I call my comadre who worked at a dealership. I go, I don't know what to do. My car was broken into and you know, like obviously I'm only working part-time at In-N-Out, right? I mean, I was putting in hours. I was also raising a 2-year-old daughter, you know, and going to school to pursue this dream after being left on the street from my baby daddy. She goes, wow, let me talk to my manager. Let me see what I can do. She was a receptionist at a dealership. Calls me back and she's like, my manager said that you can come and he'll help you get a car. And I'm like, what about my credit? I'm like thinking a million things. I had like $2,500 saved because every time I would get my taxes, I would save money. And remember, I was already saving a little bit of money. I was trying to be very responsible. I knew eventually I wanted to get an apartment for me and my daughter. I go to the dealership. I sit down. I see a car. They put me into like this 300ZX, not the sports car. It was like a little mini Sentra, but it was cute. It was like a 2-door. It was black. And I sit down to start negotiating with the man. I didn't know I was negotiating, but I started to do the math and I'm like, what interest rate are you giving me? I had an attitude, you guys. And he says, what? And he's like, well, 13.95. I'm like, no, that's too much. And then after I'm like, no, I'm not making that payment. That's too much. Come down on the price of the car and lower the interest rate because I'm not going to pay that at the end of that term. And I started calculating. He's like, he looked at me. I love this guy. His name's Masood. And he's like, who coached you? I was so young, you guys. I was like thinking my softball coach, not coached me, like who educated you on how to negotiate. So I'm like, who coached me? I'm like, numbers don't lie, people do. So he goes like this to me. He gets the paper and he goes, I don't want to sell you a car. No, I go, well, I don't want to buy your car anyways. And he says, I want to give you a job. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, I want you to work for me. And I'm like, no, sir. I'm going to school. I'm going to go into law enforcement. In-N-Out it's just promoted me. I'm going to start the management classes. They're going to send me to, you know, like their university. And I'm like, no. And I just paid for my classes. You guys, I didn't even know where oil went in a car. Okay. Also, I want to tell you about the car I had. It overheated every day. The people at Jack in the Box at Pasadena City College, the Jack in the Box right across the street, the manager felt so bad for me that he would leave the manguera, the holes outside for me to put water on my car because it would overheat. By the time I'd get there, it'd be like that. We made it work, babe. I mean, smoke things coming out of it, but it got me there and it got me back. And by the time my classes were over, the car was cool again, so it would just overheat again when I would get to In-N-Out, and I made it work. So he says, I want to hire you, and I'm like, no, I'm going to college. I just paid for my courses and I'm going to go into law enforcement. He says, well, I'll do this for you. If you don't like it here and you're not happy with the amount of money that you make here, in 30 days, you can go back to school and go back to In-N-Out. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. First off, I can't have 2 jobs because I have a 2-year-old. Second of all, I'm already going to school. Third of all, how are you going to guarantee me that you're going to pay for me to go back to school? And he says, well, we'll give you back the money for what you paid for your classes. And I was like, wow, can I get that in writing? And he goes like this. He looks at my comadre and he's like, who is this girl? How old are you? I was 19. And 17, 18. Yeah, I had just turned 19 4 months prior. So anyways, so then I go and I call my abuelo and I'm like, abuelo, this is what's happening. Because he was like the only man in my life, to be honest with you. And then guess what? My mom calls me and she's like, hi, mija. And I'm like, mom. And then I'm like, they're offering me a job. I don't know what to do. And she says, maybe you're getting redirected. I'm like, what? She's like, maybe God is redirecting you and that's why they're offering you this job and you're not supposed to go into law enforcement. And I'm like, no, but I'm going to be an officer. Like I did ride-alongs. I mean, they all knew me there because I would always be volunteering at the community thing for like the younger kids that were like trouble kids. I would go help counsel with them and talk with them, help them with their homework, all this stuff. So guess what? She's like, maybe you're being redirected, mija. She's like, try it. If it doesn't work out, get it in writing and go back to school. So I call my mentor at Almani Police Department. Officer Glick, he retired already now. And I called Santos. Both of them have retired now because obviously this is years later, guys. And I'm like, hey, they're offering me a job. I don't know what to do. Glick told me to do it. And Santos told me, Raquel, this job will change you forever. No, but I want to. He's like, well, try it. You can always come back. They were frequent flyers at my house, just to say, okay? I didn't know how to tell In-N-Out because In-N-Out just gave me this huge opportunity that people die for. And here I am like, yeah, I'm gonna quit. Long story short, you guys, they end up giving me the job. I want to make sure that you guys are going to pay me and pay me during my training. I'm not working for free. I ended up getting a check a week later. It was great. I ended up making more money than what I was actually earning at In-N-Out. When I saw my paycheck, I was like, what? You guys, why 8 months later? Okay, remember, my kid's dad kicked me out. I move into an apartment. There's a lot of cucarachas. I'm sleeping on the floor. It's a mess. It's hard to be separated when your daughter's only 2 years old and you're here trying to figure life out. You're home with your baby and you know that their dad is living his vida loca, you know? And doing more of those King Taco episodes. Something so bad happening to me. God put me in a position where not only did I start making more money, me and Mariah were able to get our apartment. She had her own room. We decorated Blue's Clues chairs, so cute. She loved it. I started little by little buying my furniture. 8 months later, I get a phone call. It's the finance director telling me if I would be interested in doing finance and that they would pay for my schooling. They would send me to get licensed to become a finance manager. I said, heck yes. 8 months later, I tapped into the first time of making 6 figures a year. So when someone does something bad to you, it's not what you do, it's how you react to the things that happen to you. As an example, I could have been nasty. I could have been like, oh my God, my life sucks. I'm never gonna make it. I'm never gonna get out of here. Instead, I dusted myself off. I figured it out. I learned how to solve my own problem. This fell down, no problem. How can I get back up? This didn't work out, no problem. Maybe God closed that door for a reason. I manifested this home. I never stopped believing that it was possible. You are capable and deserving of having it all. Regardless of whatever you have grown through in your life, you are deserving of being able to get back up. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how many relationships you've gone through. It doesn't even matter how many family members you have. You have you. You have the internet. You have this community. You you have the opportunity to say, no matter what, I'm going to get up right now. I'm going to rewrite my story. If it's at 20, if it's at 30, if it's at 35, if it's at 40, if it's at 45, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. You know what I mean? 100. You are never too late. It's what are you going to do with what you have, and what are you going to do to continue to move forward, to put yourself in a position that is going to be for the greater good for you, for yourself, for your family, for your children, for your children's children. So creating money completely has transformed my mindset. $1 Million Weekend taps into what you can actually do right now to get into action with what you're already good at. I highly recommend it. I'm gonna make sure I link them all down below. The 12 months to 1 million. This book is amazing. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend. Okay, look it. And my baby signed it for me. Yes, yes, and yes. You have a dream. You have a goal. It is time to lock in, lean in, tap in. And with that said, I love you so very much. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't turned on that post notification, now's the time. I will see you on the next one. With that said, I love you. Forehead kiss. Mwah. I'll see you on the next one. I'm gonna go work out right now. It's upper body day. I love you guys so very much. Don't stop dreaming. I believe in you. Okay? Love you. Bye.